Hello, everyone. So, we're going to be covering two very important topics today. One is, of course, why do people join groups, and second is the group formation. So, let us start with number one, why do people join groups? So, of course, when we talk about a lot of groups that we are associated with, definitely these groups are important because they are, in a way, satisfying a lot of our needs, and therefore, we are simultaneously members of various groups, and many a times it also happens that we do feel pressured, and this pressure comes because of too many expectations, but a lot many times we are able to handle these expectations quite well, and so basically we join these groups because they are satisfying a whole range of needs, and in general if we come to see, there are around six major reasons why people actually join groups. So first one is, of course, security. So one never wants to be alone, of course. We do feel insecure on being alone, but when we are a part of a group, definitely the insecurity is in a way diminished, and we do feel a sense of belongingness. We feel very comforted, and we feel very, very stronger together, and we probably feel less vulnerable to threats also. And the second point is on status. Of course, being a part of a group definitely is a status symbol for many people, you know, because many a times we've experienced this that, whenever we are actually members of a group that's probably perceived to be quite important by the others, they really look up to the group and they actually think high of the group. So basically, we do feel a sense of recognition and we do feel a sense of power. And many a times when you see also winning competitions and getting the recognition, you definitely feel so proud, and you feel probably much better than the others also. So definitely, it's also a status symbol for many. So then, of course, we have self esteem, which is nothing but your own self worth, So groups, they actually give you a feeling of self worth, and also you do feel a positive social identity, really. And a person's self concept is also greatly enhanced, So self concept is basically your own beliefs about your own self. So definitely it's a it's a great boost your own self. We do feel quite encouraged, and we do feel quite motivated also. So definitely it is really um, giving us another level in terms of feeling motivated, like literally boosted in terms of our own, self worth, our own, our own, so to say, self concept, So definitely, then the next point is on satisfaction of one's psychological and social needs. So these groups are satisfying a lot of our psychological needs, social needs. We feel belonged, we feel a lot of love, attention, we do feel a power. And so all of this is, of course, covered when we are a part of a group. Then the next point is on goal achievement, which clearly says that a lot of our goals are also achieved, which probably we couldn't have thought of achieving individually. But definitely, when we come in the form of a group where there's a huge number of people, the greater number of people, then definitely the power in a way also lies in majority. So, and lastly, it's about providing knowledge and information. How, when you are a part of a group, definitely you get to know so much of information you're getting so knowledgeable also, and a lot of your views are broadened, and definitely so maybe individually we couldn't have been able to gather so much of information, so much of knowledge, but because you feel absolutely privileged and proud to be a part of the group and quite fortunate that you actually get to know so much of what's been happening around. So it definitely broadens so many of your so many of your views. So definitely then we have the next uh, you know um, topic, which is clearly focusing on the group formation. So there are three important reasons, or so to say, factors which can lead to this group formation. These are the factors in a way which are facilitating the formation of groups, and so basically, everything comes down to interactions, making contacts literally, so the interactions are facilitated by basically these three important conditions. So these conditions are facilitating the interactions actually. So of course, we have the first one, which is proximity. And so when we talk about proximity, essentially proximity is nothing but closeness. So many a times we've also felt that how if we probably were not staying in the same colony, or we were not putting up in the same society, or we did not go to the same school, college, or we did not stay in the same building, we probably could have been good friends. So essentially it is you know uh, basically how close are you to somebody, and how frequent have been your interactions, how repetitive have been your interactions, with the same set of individuals. Definitely it is quite important, because it's going to give you a chance to know them better, to get to know their interests and their attitudes way better. You probably can develop common attitudes, interests, also even the background that you're coming from. So these ultimately can lead to group formations. And then of course similarity. When we come across people who are quite like us, we want to be with them, we quite gel up with them nicely, and we want to form our own little group. So, but the question is that why do we like people who are very similar to us? So, there are actually two reasons for that. One is that, you know, we want to be with people who are actually, in terms of consistency, maybe our thoughts in a way match. And so basically, people like consistency, people like relationships that are very consistent. And for example, maybe you have your own thought process towards something, or you have your own liking or interests in certain areas, and it in a way matches with other people also. So definitely your thought process, your likings and dislikings are quite consistent. In a way, they are moving in the same direction, so you want to be with those people. You find your own little comfort place with them, and you're quite comfortable and happy with such people. And of course, the second reason can be like how we tend to even get validation for our own opinions. Validation essentially is like getting a thumbs up for your viewpoints, for your opinions, essentially from others. So when somebody gives us a thumbs up for our opinions, for our viewpoints, we feel so motivated and encouraged. We then feel really appreciated also. So of course, that validation when you get from people for your opinions, when you feel that definitely your opinions actually is matching or is being appreciated by others, you want to be with such people then, somehow. So you really enjoy people who have similar views, who have similar likings, who have similar interests, and this also can lead to group formations. It can facilitate interactions between you, and ultimately lead to groups, group formations. Of course, then we have common motives and goals very clearly. That how when people have common goals, common motives, they come together and they form groups. And definitely this will help them attain their goals also. When you are with people who have the same ideologies, same goals, same motives, then you can really work towards it together. When sometimes maybe all alone you really cannot think of accomplishing such big tasks or goals. When you are more in number, probably of the same goal, same motives, definitely you can in maybe lesser time. So definitely, so these were some pointers for group formation. So we have covered these two topics. Thank you so much.